Hi crocheters, Crafty Crystal here. I'm going to do a small demonstration piece of a pattern found on Yarn Inspirations. I'll have the link below, called Summer Mist Throw. They don't have a video for it, so I'm making a small video of how to work the pattern. It starts out telling you to chain 110. I've only chained 32. It's multiples of 6 plus 2. And it starts out telling you to do single crochets across, starting in the second chain from the hook. You never ever ever count the one that's on the hook. So this is the first, this is the second, and I'm going to turn it over and use the back bumps and make my single crochets across. Okay? I'll return when I get to the end. Okay, I've single crocheted my down the length. They tell you to go on with the next one with the same color, but their picture shows changing colors, and I think for the sake of clarity I want to change colors every other row so you can see what's going on. To change colors, I'm just going to draw my loop to the last two stitches of my last single crochet. Chain 1 and turn. Now this is going to be the right side. Your first single crochet row is the wrong side, okay? Now, in this same stitch that we just came from, we're going to make a single crochet, then a half double crochet, then a double crochet, and now in the next stitch we're going to make 3 triples. That's 1, 2, 2 wraps. And 3. In the next stitch we do a double, the next stitch a half double, and then a single. This is what we have so far. We've actually started a ripple look going. Okay, so now we're going to go right back up the scale again. So this is our single. So now we're going to do a half double, yarn over, 3 loops on hook, yarn over and pull through all 3, then a double, yarn over, pull through your stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 stitches, yarn over, pull through 2 more. That's a double. Yarn over twice, and in the next stitch we're doing 3 triples. So that's 1, yarn over, pull through 2 once, twice, 3 times. Yarn over twice, go back into the same stitch, pull up your loop, do your second triple, 2 and 3. Yarn over twice, go back into that same stitch, pull through 2, 3 times. Go through the next stitch with a double. That's coming through 2 times. And a half double. And back to the single. There we go. I'm going to do the last couple sets here rather quickly, and we'll get on the next row. You're supposed to end the row with doing the 3 triples. For some reason I was thinking I was supposed to end in the middle. On the opposite side, you're supposed to end in the middle of the triples. Okay, here's my double and a half double, and end with a single, just the way you started. See there? We'll start to finish. Okay. Now, chain 1. This is row 3. This is chain 1. And you put your single crochet immediately in your first stitch. And this one is your half double crochet. If you look backwards, you can see here's your 3 triples. Here's your double. That's your half. This first time here, you skip this half double crochet. And you do a single crochet into the top of the double. And a single crochet into the top of the triple. Into the first triple. Now you're going to do 3 single crochets in the middle triple. That allows you to turn the corner and keep a nice smooth top here. Nice smooth curve to your top. Then you're going to put a single in the last triple, a single in the double. Okay. Now what you're left with down here is your half double, your single, and your half double. And in order to not make this bump out, you're going to put 3 single crochets together. So to do that, we're going to go into the top of the half double, into the top of the single, into the top of the half double, and we've got the half double, single, half double loops right there. Go through and draw through a loop through all 3. Now see what we've done? We've bunched them up. Now we're going to put a single in the next 2 stitches. So we put a single in the top of the double, a single in the top of the first triple, 3 singles in the top of the center triple, so we can turn the top corner, 2 singles on the side, which is the top of your third triple, the top of your double, and now we're back to the bottom of our bump again. So we're going to go into the top of the half double crochet and pull up a loop, the top of the single and pull up a loop, the top of the half double crochet and pull up a loop, and those 3 together are going to make the bottom of our curve. See here? See how it's coming together? Okay, and I'm at the end of mine. I'm sure you've got a lot farther to go on yours. And a single in the top of there, single in the top of there, and let's see. Okay. Single in the half double, single in the single. That doesn't look like it would look right, does it? Seems to work okay though. Okay. Now I'm going to, I know what I want to do. I want to change color. So what I want to do is I'm going to pull this last loop out here. I'm going to put my other color back in. And pull this loop through those last two loops. Over there. Chain one and turn. Now this row, get out of there. This row repeats the last one exactly. So we're going to skip the half double crochet, and we're going to put a single in the stitch that we came in with. So we're going to go back into the same one that we started with and put a single, and we're going to skip the half double crochet. That's how we did on the flip side when we started this. Then we do a single here in the first double, a single in the first triple, okay, here's the 3 triples. Here's the stitch over the third triple. Okay. This is where the half double was. We skip that one. We put a single here into the right in front of the 3 singles that were together in the same stitch. This is the equivalent of the double. And we put a single in the next one. That's the equivalent of the first triple. Then we put 3 singles in the top of the middle of the 3 singles we put on top of the triples. Then we do 2 singles in a row. And now we're at the bottom of the trough. We're going to take 1, 2, 3 stitches and pull them together. Okay. Now if you look at this, this is where this middle one here is where you gathered on the bottom. So that's the middle of your gathering here. You're regathering right over where you gathered before. And that way you don't wreck your pattern. And we do a single crochet in the next 2 stitches. And that brings us back up to the top of the 3 singles we did together. And we're going to do 3 singles again. 1, 2, 3. Then we need to do 2 singles in a row, going back down the sides. And we're back to the trough with the 3 stitches in it. So we pull a loop through each of those, pull them together, and then you go back up the side with 2 singles, 3 singles in the top again, 2 singles in a row. See, the pattern is, the flow of it is very easy. You have your 3 singles in the top, you have 2 singles sliding down the side, 3 singles on the bottom, 2 singles climbing up the side, 3 singles back on the top, and do it all over again. 2 climbing up the other side, 3 on the top, and 2 down the side. That's what I was supposed to do on the other side. I was supposed to skip the half double crochet. When I ended over here, I wasn't supposed to go into the half double crochet. I was supposed to skip it. That's why I was kind of confused on the end. Okay, this end is the right way. You skip where the half double crochet is supposed to be and go right down into your single. And then you're going to chain 3 because we're going to do this part in reverse and turn. Okay, now and when you do anything except a single crochet, you always skip this very first stitch. When you single crochet, you want to go into it. Any other stitch, you skip this one. So we're going to go into the next one. Let's see. With a triple. Okay. Now this is the equivalent of on the edge of the very top of this. Okay? So what we're going to do if we started out with a triple is we would have to go down to a double. And that's what we're going to do here. After the triples, we go down to a double, and then to a half double, and then to a single, which would be right on the peak, right on the very tippy top in the middle of that 3 cluster. Then a half double, then a double, and now we're at the bottom of the trough, and we're going to do 3 triples. So we wrap, and do a triple here. Now we're going to do 3 triples together, so don't complete them. When you have the last 2 chains left on the loops left in your hook, leave it. Wrap again, go into the next one, pull through 2, pull through 2, but don't do the last pull through. Wrap, go into your 3rd stitch at the bottom of the trough, pull through 2, pull through 2, and now you want to pull through all 3. This is called 3 triples together. See how this is straightening out now? See here? It doesn't have that big hump to it. Now we're going to go back to a double, back to a half double, to a single, to a half double. Oh, just a minute. Sorry about that, but it was my mom coming to give me a hello and good morning. Okay, so you can see where, well, for one thing, you can definitely see that this is the back because of the way the 3 single stitches gather together like that on the back. But you can also see that we're ending up with a flat top to match our flat bottom with just our ripples in between. So, and the nice thing about this one, you don't have to gather on this one. You don't have to splay on it. You're just going right down to the small stitches and back up again. Now, if I remember right, this is our half double. Yes. And here's our double. And we're going to do the 3 triples again in the bottom of the trough. So, do the double wraps. We come up once and twice. Double wrap. Go through the next one. Come down here, yarn. There we go. Through 2 loops twice. Double wrap. Go through the 3rd bottom one. Go through those 2 loops twice. And bring a loop through all of them. Then we want to wrap once and do a double. Wrap once and do a half double. Do a single right on the tip top of our 3 little singles there. Wrap, do a half double, and our double, and we're going right back down our trough to do our 3 triples again, called triple 3 together. Do all but the last 2 loops. And there you've got them all lined up. And that's your 3 triples together. And we're back to doubles and half doubles again. And the single on the top. I'm going to go ahead and finish this and turn. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm at the end here of this row. I did my single, my half double, my double, and on the end you do 2 triples together. So I'm going to come into this stitch and wrap, wrap, come into the very last stitch. And chain 1 and turn. And that's how your pattern looks. Anyway, it's a nice little pattern. I used very different colors. I think one of the reasons why it looks so well on their pattern is they used the pastels and it wasn't that strong of a contrast. Now give me a minute. I'll be back. Okay, this is what I mean by the difference in looks. You go through the loops, through 1 loop instead of both. Here's your look going through the full stitch, both loops. Okay, and here, see these lower ones? This is what you get when you're working on the back side and you're going through the back of the loops. You get this very low ridge, but you can still see it. When I came back, and I'm going using this color on the front, these here are facing backwards. You know your edge here? I can tell that the last thing I did was on this side because these are facing slanted towards me like this. Instead of being straight like that, they're slanted. So when you're doing these, and you're coming back this way, coming back on top of your work, so your front is facing you, and doing just the back loops, you're going to have this very distinct and standout ridge. See? So you'll have a minor ridge when you do it backwards. When you're on the back side here and trying to do the front loops to leave the loop on the right side out, you end up with these low ones, these low riders. And when you're in front with the front facing you and you're doing the back loops, you end up with this high riding ridge. It looks very nice. And here, right here, can't see it as well because of the darker color. I did the back loops and left the front loops on this too. Here is where it stops. And I did just plain, the plain pattern over the single crochets here. And here's what it looks like when you go through both loops every time. Well, I hope that helped a little bit. Sometimes it really helps when you can see the way the pattern works at first hand. On the back on this pattern, I noticed this is the end where we go through both loops, and you have a very extreme place here where your 3 singles go through because the material doesn't come up like this. It's just going looping in back of it like that, and you end up with this big swatch here. Here, when you go through just the back loops, not so much, but you can still tell that this is the back. See there? Okay. So here you have it. This is especially made for Julie. I hope to help you, Julie. If you or anyone else has any questions, write me, message me. Glad to help. Your summer mist throw pattern. Bye. Happy crocheting.